안녕하세요. 준수자매 레미입니다. 네, 제가 5일 전에 글을 올렸었죠. 근데 그게 사실 미루다 좀 오랜만에 글을 올린 거기 때문에 어쨌든 오랜만에 한번 영상을 올려봅니다. 그리고 오늘 아주 귀여운 곰돌이 머리띠까지 하고 왔어요. 저번에 12페이지까지밖에 안 했잖아요. 오늘은 12페이지부터 이제 또 외워볼 계획입니다. 그리고 저번에 제가 영상을 편집하지 않은 채로 올렸잖아요. 이게 좀 임탄 것 같긴 하더라고요. 그래서 이번에는 진짜 한번 게으름 피우지 않고 편집하도록 하겠습니다. 아니, 근데 편집 어떻게 하는지 모르겠어요. 아니, 너무 힘들던데. 진짜 유튜브 분들은 어떻게 하는지 모르겠어. 너무 어려워요. 그래가지고 조금 무리긴 한데 조금만 해볼게요. 그리고 제 영상 화질이 좀 안 좋더라고요. 안 좋아가지고 그 1080p 정도밖에 안 돼가지고 그걸로 올려주시고 좀 죄송합니다. 올려주시고 그 다음에 휴대폰을 새로 설정하셔서 그 다음에 휴대폰을 이렇게 돌리시고 보셔야 돼요. 제가 이렇게 찍기 때문에 제가 이렇게 찍기 때문에 세로로 이렇게 찍기 어쨌든 이렇게 찍기 때문에 가로나 세로로 설정하셔서 보셔야 되고요. 네, 그렇습니다. 제가 보니까 그렇더라고요. 되게 프로 유튜버 분들에 비해서 좀 저는 구독자가 많이 없어가지고 좀 그렇지만 어쩔 수 없죠. 그러면 그리고 약간의 TMI가 있는데요, 여러분. 제가 6학년이잖아요. 6학년이니까 좀 재밌는 걸 학교에서 많이 하더라고요. 막 주식 게임도 하고요. 현자체 학습도 많이 가고요. 막 3월 원래는 5학년 때는 1학기 때 한 번, 2학기 때 한 번밖에 안 갔는데 6학년 되니까 막 3월에도 가고 4월에도 가고 5월에도 가고 진짜 많이 가더라고요. 또 제가 아름다를 하고 있어가지고 또 이제 코로나가 다 풀리니까 좀 재밌는 활동을 예상하고 있습니다. 저번에도 블루걸 리조트 막 그런 거 엄청 거창하게 간다 했는데 하나도 안 가고 이월드랑 또 6달 근데 그거밖에 안 가거든요. 그래서 오늘 이번에는 좀 기대해보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 그러면 제 얘기로 진짜 가봅시다. 그러면 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. 잠시만요. 잠시만 기다려주세요. 자, 책을 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. 12페이지부터 읽어야겠죠. I stood there enthralled. Then I heard the giraffe saying to the pelican in the next window, Pelly, my dear, be so good as to fly down and bring that small person up here to talk to us. At once the pelican spread his huge white wings and flew down onto the road beside me. Hop in, he said, opening his enormous beak. I stared at the great orange beak and backed away. Go on! The monkey shouted from up in his window. The pelly isn't going to swallow you. Climb in. I said to the pelican, I'll only get in if you promise God not to shut your beak once I'm inside. You have nothing, nothing to fear, cried Pelican. And let me tell you why. I have a very special beak. A special beak have I. You'll never see a beak so fine. I don't care where you go. There's magic in this beak of mine. Hop in and don't say no. I will not hop in, I said, unless you swear on your honor you won't shut it once I'm inside. I don't like small dark places. When I have done what I'm just about to do, said Pelican, I won't be able to shut it. You don't seem to understand how my beak works. Show me, I said. Watch this, cried the Pelican. I watched in amazement as the top half of Pelican's beak began to slide smoothly backwards into his head until this whole thing was almost out of sight. It bends and goes down inside the back of my neck, cried the Pelican. Is that not sensible? Is it not magical? It's unbelievable, I said. It's exactly like one of those metal tape measures my father got at home. When it's out, it's straight. When you slide it back in, it bends and disappears. Precisely, said the Pelican. You see, the top half is of no use to me unless I'm chewing fish. The bottom half is what counts. My leg. The bottom half of this glorious beak of mine is the bucket in which we carry our window cleaning water. So, if I didn't slide the top half away, I'd be standing around all day long holding it open. So I slide it away for the rest of the day. Even so, I'm still able to speak. And wherever I've flown, it has always been known as the Pelican's patent beak. If I want to eat fish, that's my favorite dish. All I do is I gave it a tweak. In a blink of an eye, out it pops, and they cry, it's the Pelican's patent beak. Stop showing off down there, shouted the monkey from the upstairs window. Hurry up and bring that small person up to us. The giraffe is waiting. I climbed into the big orange beak, and with a whoosh of wings, the Pelican carried me back to his perch on the windowsill. The giraffe looked out of her window and at me and said, How do you do? What is your name? Billy, I told her. Well, Billy, she said, we need your help and we need it fast. We must have some windows to clean. We've spent every penny we had on buying this house, and we've got to learn some more money quickly. The pelly is starving, the monkey is famished, and I'm perishing with hunger. The pelly needs fish, the monkey needs nuts, and I am even more difficult to feed. I am a genius giraffe, and the genius giraffe cannot eat everything except pink and purple flowers of the tinkle tinkle tree. But those, as I am sure you know, are hard to find and expensive to buy. The pelican cried out, "Right now I am so hungry I could eat a still of sardine." Has anyone seen a stale sardine or a bucket of rotten cod? I'd eat the lot up in the spot. I'm such a hungry bird. Every time the pelican spoke, the beak I was standing in jiggled madly up and down, and then more excitedly he got, more it jiggled. The monkey said, "What's Pelly really crazy about is salmon." "Yes, yes," cried the pelican. "Salmon! Oh, glorious salmon! I dream about it all day long, but I never get any." "And I dream about walnuts," shouted the monkey. "A walnut fresh from the tree, and it's scrumptious, so flavory, savory, so sweet to eat that it makes me all wobbly just thinking about it." At exactly that moment, a huge white Rolls Royce pulled up right below us, and the chauffeur in a blue and gold uniform got out. He was carrying an envelope in one glove hand. "Good heavens," I whispered. "That's the Duke of Hampshire's car." "Who's he?" asked the giraffe. He's the richest man in England," I said. The chauffeur knocked on the door of the grubber. He looked up and saw us. He saw the giraffe, the pelly, the monkey, and me, all staring down at him from above. But not a muscle moved in his face. Not an eyebrow was raised. The trufflers of very rich men are never surprised by anything they see. The chauffeur said, "His Grace, the Duke of Hampshire, has instructed me to deliver this envelope to the latest window cleaning company." "That's us!" cried Monkey. The giraffe said, "Be so good as to open the envelope and read us the letter." The chauffeur unfolded the letter and began to read. "Dear Sirs, I saw your notice as I drove by this morning. I have been looking for a decent window cleaner for the last 50 years, but I have not found one yet. My house has 677 windows in it, not counting the greenhouse, and all of them are filthy. Kindly come and see me as soon as possible. Yours truly, Hampshire." "That," added the chauffeur in a voice filled with awe and respect, "was written by His Grace the Duke of Hampshire in his own hand." The giraffe said said to the chauffeur, "Please tell His Grace the Duke that we will be with him as soon as possible." The chauffeur touched his cap and got back into the Rolls Royce. "Whoopee!" shouted the monkey. "Fantastic!" called the pelican. "That must be the best window cleaning job in the world." "Billy," said the giraffe, "what is the house called and how do we get there?" "It is called Hampshire House," I said. "It's just over the hill. I'll show you the way." "We're off!" cried the monkey. "We're off to see the Duke." The giraffe stooped low and went down through the tall door. The monkey jumped off the windowsill onto the giraffe's back. The pelican, with me in his beak hanging on for dear life, flew across the perch and the very top of the giraffe's head, and away we went. It wasn't long before we came to the gates of Hampshire House, and as the giraffe moved slowly up the great wide driveway, we all began to feel just a little bit nervous. "What is he like? What is he like, this Duke?" the giraffe asked me. "I don't know," I said, "but he's very, very famous and very rich. People say he has 25 gardeners just to look after his flower beds." Soon the huge house itself came into view, and what a house it was! It was like a palace. It was bigger than a palace. "Just look at those windows!" cried the monkey. "They'll keep us going forever." Then suddenly we heard a man's voice short distance away to the right. I want those big black ones. I want those big black ones at the top of the tree," the man was shouting. "Get me those great big black ones." We peered around the bushes and saw an oldish man with an white mustache standing under a tall cherry tree and pointing his walking stick in the air. There was a letter against the tree, and around another man, who was probably gardener, was up the letter. "Get me those great big black juicy ones right at the top." The old man was shouting. "I can reach them, Your Grace." The gardener called back. "The letter isn't long enough." "Demolition!" shouted the Duke. "I was so looking forward to eat those big ones." 오늘은 여기서 마치도록 하겠습니다. 그리고 제가 여기서 알려드릴 소식이 하나 있는데요. 제가 이빨을 뺐어요. 마지막 이빨인데요. 그래서 발음이 좀 어눌할 수도 있어가지고요. 양해 부탁드립니다. 지금 입이 너무 불편해가지고요. 죄송해요. 그리고 이렇게 끝까지 영상 보셔서 너무 감사드립니다. 그러면 준수점에 구독과 알림 설정과 좋아요 눌러주세요. 처음 오는 말인데 어쨌든 눌러주세요. 많이. 그러면은 안녕.